Greece's economy suffered a great deal, as did many economies around the world. In October 2009, the Greek government reported to the EU that they were deeper in debt than previously thought. By May 2010, Greece received its first bailout of 110 billion euros. The following year, the government agreed to enact austerity measures to create revenue in order to begin payments against the debt. By February 2012, Greece was given a second bailout of 165 billion euros. In November 2012, the Greek government again approved austerity measures. By December 2014, Greece was back into a recession. In June 2015, Greece defaulted on bailout payments. And by July 2016, Greece still struggled to secure a brighter future as it weathered the impact of increased migration. By this time, Greece's debt is 182% of its gross domestic product. Tsipras is determined to remain true to his ideals, as voters rejected austerity measures encouraged by EU officials, and he accused the EU of stifling the country. In lieu of budget cuts, Tsipras pushed tax hikes and cuts to government employee pensions and benefits in order to meet EU-prescribed targets laid out in the bailout plan. Opposition political leaders believe these types of financial moves would spark snap elections and pass the responsibility to the next leadership cabinet. And by late August 2016, in spite of the bailouts, many Greeks still suffered. The government was forced to make spending cuts that in turn made life harder for ordinary Greek citizens. The 23% unemployment level and extreme poverty increased sevenfold from 2009 to 2015. Lenders to the Greek government demanded spending cuts in the public sector and a budget surplus by 2018. They also ordered an overhaul of the taxation system. In April 2017, the IMF expressed reluctance to again provide a bailout to Greece. The government of Greece continues to balk at austerity measures desired by the IMF. Yet, the IMF has an obligation to lend to countries that are in financial need, as well as to safeguard global financial stability. And for the IMF to lend, Greece must prove that it can be financially responsible over a sustained period, and Europe must address the country's substantial debt overhang with some combination of interest rate reductions and maturity extensions. Germany and other northern European creditor nations who are deeply suspicious of Greece's ability to manage its finances over the long term have promised voters that they will only agree to another Greek bailout if the IMF provides its imprimatur. Couple this perceived impasse with the influx of migrants onto Greece's shores, and this means there are no easy solutions.